Hello and welcome back to yet another episode of Define. It's a pleasure to have my friend as a guest.
Eliane Umuhire is an award-winning actress born and raised in Rwanda. She started acting in 2005 when she was in Butare pursuing her university studies. Her work has been featured in films presented at prestigious international film festivals, where she has won awards for her acting and social commitment. Notably acclaimed for her role in the Polish film Birds Are Singing in Kigali. Eliane has been honored with Best Actress awards at festivals such as Chicago International Film Festival, the Karlovy Vary International Film Festival, the Polish Festival in New York, the Let's See Festival in Vienna, as well as the MasterCard Rising Stars Award at the Nesha Off-Camera Independent Film Festival. Eliane also appeared in the Netflix film Trees of Peace by Alana Brown and the BAFTA-nominated short film Bazigaga, directed by Joe Ingabire Moise, which won her acting awards at the Clermont-Ferrand International Short Film Festival and Festival International du Film Francophone de Namur. On television, Eliane is known for her role in the series Haven of Grace, broadcast on Arte. Her recent projects include starring in Planet B, Next to Adele, and Suhaila Yacoub, seen in Dune Part 2. She also featured in A Quiet Place Day 1, sharing the screen with Lupita Nyong'o, Joseph Quinn, and Djimon Hounsou. Help me welcome Eliane Umuhire.
Eliane, it's a pleasure having you on Define.
Thank you so much, Didier. It's so much a pleasure, sitting here with you and seeing you again.
I got to know you personally around 2015 when the festival, Umuhire Arts Festival, was happening in Kigali at Kigali Genocide Memorial, and you were one of the key performers at the play. Do you still have memories of that?
I remember the first. Actually, I think it was 2014.
2014, yes.
Yeah, 2014 or 2013, something like that. But it was the first edition of Obomonu, and Obomonu was and still is organized by Mashirika. Through Hope Azeda through Mashirika, and Mashirika has been a family since I started acting when I graduated. After graduating at the university, I joined directly Mashirika and Issue Art Center. But yeah, Mashirika has been a family. So performing at I think Obomonu was like a family still going on. And
10 years now. They were just recently celebrating the 10th anniversary.
Yes, and such a powerful festival.
Yeah.
It's a festival that we needed, and I remember when the first edition, seeing so many people seated at the memorial where the festival takes place, and seeing so many people coming to see performances was heartwarming. And it's sitting together in a place like the memorial site of Kisonsi. It's so powerful.
You're here for a holiday?
Yes, I'm here for holidays, but it was not straight after 2014.
No. I think after some time, you relocated.
Because we kept on working theatre with Mashirika and Ishi, and then later on I relocated to France 2019.
Yeah. How do you feel being back?
It's good to be back home. It's so good.
Feels great.
Seeing how the city has grown, seeing how people have developed. Yeah, it's so good. Yeah.
Maybe to start off, what would you say has inspired you to pursue a career in acting?
I was always thirsty of novels and stories mainly. So since I was little, I used to love listening to the Radio Rwanda theatre, soap opera, and even like Radio Rwanda Channel 2. There was the Anthologie du Mystère that used to pass on Sunday, and even reading like the school books. I could read school books like of 2 years ahead of me during holidays because I loved stories. I read most of the stories in the Bible, because I loved stories, not because I was a good Christian, but just because I loved stories. So it's the love of stories that really got me into acting. Yes. And then later on realizing that that love of story and storytelling can have an impact on people's minds, on people's health, and psychological health, and even on my own thinking. Yeah, I always learn when I'm embarking on a new project, and I'm always meeting new people. I'm always meeting another culture when I see a story or when I embark on a story. So it was the impact of storytelling and the love and the beauty of storytelling. Yeah.
Like as Rwandan, how do you think Rwandan roots influenced your approach into acting and storytelling, basically?
Well, I really don't know, because I can't tell, like when I'm portraying a character, when I'm playing a character, this is what I use from my culture. I just believe deep down that the way I'm made, and my sensitivity towards art and my craft my culture will always come through it. So I really I haven't taken time to really see how the Rwandan culture has impacted my way of working. I just feel like probably, maybe in my way of approaching people, in my way of working. Recently, I produced a film with Tete Divine, which is called The Face of Resilience, which talks about the resilience of Rwandan women after the genocide, 1994 genocide against Tutsi. And as I was watching, going through the footages we took of these women talking, I was like, actually, I could relate to that feeling of never giving up, of always going, striving. Even when I'm relocating in a new place where I don't know anyone, there was still something telling me, get up. You can still do something. You don't know anyone, but still you can do something about your work. So maybe that's what I can see maybe as my Rwandan roots, having an impact on my work. Maybe,
I think who we are, where we come from, our roots always play a big role into what we do, but we don't necessarily think about it, or we don't want to. Maybe because I'm Rwandan, I'm going to behave this way, but it's naturally into our existence. And maybe other people are the ones who can tell. This is Rwandan. The values and everything, the resilience. They can always tell. Yes, you're coming from somewhere, and especially with you relocating, coming, not only performing in Rwanda, but also being on an international scene. There's something that really comes out of who you are and your origin and where you come from.
Maybe that's the difference that's going to be seen between me and another actor. Not saying that the other actor is not good. No. But I feel like as long as we appreciate and we treasure the culture that has been given to us, as long as we keep it really like a treasure inside ourselves, it's going to have to be an added value on what we do. Because like Rwanda, I think we have a culture of poetry that's so beautiful. And
we are storytellers, naturally.
Completely.
That's an advantage. I would say. What would you say has been the most significant turning point into your career that maybe propelled you to the international stage?
For the international stage, I would say it was Birds Are Singing in Kigali.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, the project. Actually, there were two stages. The first one was being part of the Birds Are Singing in Kigali and the awards that the film brought me. So then that's when my name started being told and outstayed. And then afterwards, when I relocated and when I applied for the Berlinale Talents in 2021, after the Berlinale Talents, that's when I got my agent, and I felt like the Berlinale Talents also added on my CV. But I can't really say like this is the moment when this was a breakout. No, I have always had a feeling like every single project has always been a stepping stone. Every time, like a stepping stone. From acting at university, with Les Stars du Théâtre, then being part of Voilà, which was our church, was like a drama church company, and then working with Mashirika, and then Isho, and then being part of the Birds Are Singing. Like every single project has been always a stepping stone. The same way, like I'll say, like Bazigaga, which was a short, or every project. Because today, if I was in a quiet place, it's because I had also other projects that had.
Yes.
So it's and has really brought me in a huge, it has made me humble and so respectful of each project, because we never know where it's going to end. So
each project you take it seriously. You respect the role that you've taken. It's a privilege and you have to master it. Because you never know.
We never know.
Who's watching, the director who's watching, the producers, and everything really prepares you for the next project. And it keeps growing, getting bigger and bigger.
As you say, growing. Maybe because of work or starting from zero and sometimes not even being paid. Like in our first days. But I will learn something new. I will learn there is something that's going to be added on my acting skills. And that I can never pay for that. I will never have enough money to pay for that.
How do you, I'm just curious, how do you select the roles that you want to play or the auditions that you want to take part into? Do you have a specific target or specific goal that you say, I want to tell this kind of stories, this is the kind of actress I want to be, the message I want to tell to the world? How do you pick roles?
Oh, it's a mix of many things. But most of the times I look for challenging roles, things that I have never done before, or characters that I've never lived before. I also look about the message of the project and what the director wants to convey as a message, and who is the targeted audience, and how. Then also, if I go far, it also sometimes comes back also to how I'm represented and how my people are represented. I'm talking about Black people, and not only that, also what are the challenges as an actor, as an actress I'm going to face when I embark on this project, and the researches that I'm going to do. That means these researches are going to feed me. I'm going to learn something new. So many things.
Things. How do you prepare for a role?
How do I prepare? Oh, I read. I read the script. That's the first thing. Basic.
That's a great and bigger work, I would say.
So I read, and then I research.
You do research.
Yeah. Let's say I'll give an example. Let's say Bazigaga. Simple. It's a short film. I could have told myself, oh, it's a short film. Let's do it. And I'll just know that it's based on Zura Karuhimbi, and then maybe I'll go on Aegis Trust or the Memorial Site page to look a little bit of info on Zura Karuhimbi and leave it there. But that's me and all the seriousness that I put into work, and also the thirst of knowing something new. So I will read the script, and then for Bazigaga, I went to look for a shaman. I visited the shaman in the south of France. Because Zura Karuhimbi was a witch,
a
traditional healer. So I researched what is traditional healing, what is shamanism, and how do shamanism believe in spirits? What are the spirits, and what happens when people die and these souls were not ready to die? And so I would search on all of that, and then I will embark on a project, but also being ready from what the director is going to tell me, and leaving space for my scene partners to bring what they're bringing on board and receive them, and then also I don't know if you see what I mean. Yeah, because I can never say like I'm preparing. This is what I'm prepared.
This is A, B, C, D.
Yeah, this is and this is a square, and no one's touching on this square. No, it's an open box where the director will also have her or his place, and my scene partners will also have their space. And also, I love leaving space to. In French, we call imprévu, to the unknown, because the unknown is always a beautiful place to be. Because that's when we discover things that we could never have thought of, we could never prepare for. Yeah.
The reason why I'm asking this question is because some people can approach to you because they're seeing you as a role model or someone who has achieved quite something in this industry of film, and ask you maybe what are the tips that you could give to someone who wants to embark into acting. But I think it can be really hard to say you have to do this and this and this to be great. But I think talking about the work that needs to be done, the preparations that needs to be done, the researching, it's some of the tips really that you can tell to someone to become great into their act. But it's not like, as you say, the square thing that you say 1, 2, 3, but everybody has to put in some work. So, and that's what I tell people in any career, in any industry. There's a lot that you have to prepare, that you have to do. You can't just become a star. You can't just perform. Even in arts, where people think if you've got a talent, you have it. If you've got skills, you have it, you can do it. But there's a lot. You're talking about the researching.
There are so many disciplines that come to feed ourselves, to feed our imagination, like doing yoga, meditation, or breathing exercises.
All those are techniques that help someone become a great actor.
Helping us to be, ready for our characters. Yeah, so that that's what I believe. So that my mind and my ego don't take over when I'm acting. Like, oh, how do I look? How are the lights? Are they giving me like? Am I enough elite? Do I not look too old? Do I not look too fat? And or maybe I'm going to do this so that I can have an Oscar. And I'm going to cry so much so that I'm going to steal this scene. No, I feel like for me at least. Doing breathing exercises, reading a lot, researching a lot, and having all the materials necessary for my character helps me to give space to my character and leave Eliane step aside, my daily Eliane to step aside and just
let's talk about Kigali Senior Junction. I know that you've given some workshops, master classes, and things that really help. I loved it because it's another way of giving back to other people or young generation who want to embark into acting. How do you see that in Rwanda? I know the film industry in Rwanda is still growing, but it's really giving hope for the future. What is your part into this? Why do you feel it's something that is strong into your heart, that you feel like you want to give back to the community, back to the young generation?
Well, it's giving back because first, the many people who have helped me or taught me or open space, like Hope who opened the Mashirika space so we could play there, literally. It's giving back also because as I was growing up artistically but also physically, I didn't have Rwandan role models, actors, so I started looking for them. I found some, but most of the time I was referring myself to people who don't live here. So if I have had a chance to make it so far in the industry, I feel like it's the least that I can do to come back and talk with my brothers, my little brothers and sisters, and hearing them and the issues that they're facing, the challenges that they're facing. Their challenges, some of them are similar to what I went through, because we have an industry that's still growing, and also they have another challenge that I didn't have, but I face today, which is social media and the pressure of social media and the pressure of image. When we have an industry that's still that's still growing, and we have a young girl or boy who wants to make it in the industry, and then he sees Eliane wearing a nice gown at the Festival de Cannes, or she has a film on Netflix. One will tend to feel like I want to make it directly. You know, I want to have that gown instantly. And yet there are so many steps to make. And sometimes we are going to build 1, 2, 5, 6 steps. And then when you think like, oh, I'm here, that's like 4 of them are going to collapse. And you have to start again. You have to rebuild again. So it's interesting to have those conversations about also like who we truly are, who we truly believe in, and what are my values as an actor, and considering oneself as an industry in itself, and how do, like for me, I would say if I live in France, to have work means having an agent, but here we don't have agencies. So then how does an actor get work here? How does that actor connect with the rest of the industry, and where do things happen? Institut Français, L'Espace, Goethe Institute, the Cine Junction, telling them like, go out and be where your dream is. Things are happening where people, it's like Christians go to church because they need that community. The same artists need to go to their churches where things are happening, and be surrounding themselves with people who have the same dreams as theirs, but also trying to open.
It's networking, it's connecting, it's really seeing people who can challenge you, teach you 1 or 2 things. It keeps you going. Going back into films, what would you say is one of the most fulfilling role or moment so far since you started acting, and one of the most challenging moment or role into acting? And both, you tell us why.
The most fulfilling, all of them. Truly, like every single project has been fulfilling, and because every single project has been a success, at least for me, and I've always been proud and happy to always see the film what's done and discovering them, either in festivals or in the screenings. Each of them, be it Birds Are Singing in Kigali, be it playing Chala in Baloji's film Omen that was in Cannes last year, and then the most challenging one, even going for Trees of Peace, shooting Trees of Peace in a box, in a 4 square meter box.
That must have been really challenging. I watched this on Netflix. I was on the edge of my seat. I was like, what is going to happen? So tell us more. How was it?
So talking of challenging, I think that was one of the most challenging. But even better in Kigali, learning Polish, going to shoot in Poland and all, there's always like those sweet challenges. And for Trees of Peace, it was being on a diet. We were on a strict diet so we could lose weight as our characters were losing weight, and shooting in a 4 square meters. So we had like really to sit always in the same position, changing just slightly, but mainly having a camera. The camera would come from the ground or on top, but the camera will always be there. So sometimes when we are acting, we have a sort of release when the camera, when it's a medium, shot or wide shot. But this time, most of the things were really close up. So shooting the close up means being connected all the time to your character. There was no space for my mind to wander outside and wondering what am I going to eat at 12 or what, and really staying connected and being there for my colleagues and myself. So it was the most challenging, I would say. And also and the story in itself. It's
not easy.
But also a learning experience.
It is.
And not only a learning experience, but also a moment to be true to the characters and to the story. And
not easy. I'm telling you, it has not been an easy one to watch as well. But I really loved it. I really loved the characters, the story, and how you ladies acted into that film. It was really, really powerful. I wanted to ask you, how do you feel as Rwandan, as a woman representing this country, the history of Rwanda, to the rest of the world on an international scene? How do you take it, and what are the emotions around that, and how do you feel?
Well, when the opportunity arises of being identified as a Rwandan actress, I feel proud, you know, and because first of all, I just identify myself as a human being and as an actress. Then I'll play a Congolese, I'll play a South African. That's my role as a human being, to carry people's stories for our community. I mean, the large community, the world community. Because we can do a film in Rwanda and the film is going to be seen in Brazil. Or I can play a Brazilian and the film will be seen in Rwanda. Yes. So I first consider myself as an actress, and then, of course, I can never deny that I'm Rwandan. And whenever I will say I was born in Rwanda, I was raised in Rwanda, most of the time people will first react, oh, the 1994 genocide. They'll say yes, but not only that, yes, that happened, and we developed and we
are rebuilding.
We rebuilt. We are not even rebuilding, we rebuilt. Completely. People rebuilt, and the society and the country rebuilt. So these are the new stories that are here. And so it's a good opportunity for me to contribute to changing the narrative. It's the same like when we did Trees of Peace. I remember when the film was released, some people were saying, especially the Western media, maybe just for the purpose, I don't know, not even thinking about it, they would just say the Rwandan genocide, the film about the Rwandan genocide, and I would say, I'm sorry, but this is what we say. We say the 1994 genocide against the Tutsis. It's not the Rwandan genocide, and this is why we say it.
Yes.
So it's contributing to changing the narrative in that way. But not only that, we have the youth that a youth that is striving, that is going beyond borders and pushing borders, pushing the walls.
The resilience,
the resilience and the building and super connected and having dreams like any other youth from the west of the world. So it's just bringing them and talking about them and talking about you and your podcast, you know.
Absolutely.
Or talking of Jimmy Makakizi, who is a curator and a visual artist, or Malaika, who is a powerful poetess. So it's bringing, talking about these stories that we have, the modern stories.
How has it been for you trying to make it like out there, not only in Rwanda, but going back to France? I guess it must have not been an easy decision to make, and also saying, I am here for this moment and I have to make it this time. And despite all the obstacles, despite all the challenges.
It's been a learning experience. I love life because life is always throwing to us learning moments. Learning and opportunities to grow. And relocating to France has been one of them. We didn't even think about it. It just happened. And when it happened, we were like, it's okay, we can stay. Because anywhere, I can work from anywhere. My work can allow me to be anywhere. And my lover was, I was surrounded with love. So it was okay for me to relocate. And also telling me, okay, I can work from anywhere and I'm going to see how it's going to be. I might need to start afresh. You know, the 6 steps that I was talking about, and then for that might collapse, that might collapse. And then you have to rebuild again. And it was a good experience of discovering myself and also reshaping myself and understanding my contribution to the industry, because then I had to start afresh. It was during the COVID, it was during the lockdown, so I took the opportunity of the lockdown to look into myself and see, okay, what can I do when I relocate in a new country where I don't know anyone apart from my close family? And but in the industry, I don't know anyone. What can I do? And the world has closed, and everyone's saying that it's the end of the art industry. It's the end of the industry, of the cinema industry. What can I do? Either I'm going to wake up and cry every day and say like, okay, I'm done. I'm going to look for another job, which is fine, or I'm going to do something that's going to put me into action, so that I'm doing something. So I built my website. I was like, okay, let's do something. So I started by building my website. Then by building my website, it pushed me to collect all my work, and then realizing that actually I have a background of work that I have been doing since 2009 or 2010, and that is not small. It has a value. So all that, I put that into the website. And then also because I was living in France and we were in a lockdown and I was speaking French every day, so if the world is going to open anyway. And so I need to do something. So listening to BBC, so I could, like small things
the
like
accent
those.
and everything, you capture.
The accent, the words and all. And like I was telling myself, I need to do something. I have to do something. So I will wake up during the lockdown. I'll wake up and then make a plan, a daily plan. As someone who is going to work and has meetings and all. And then doing that, that's when I remembered that there were Berlinale talents. And I was like, okay, they choose 200 talents from 3,000 applications worldwide. What are my chances? None.
Very little,
But actually, I have many because I have a background. I have somewhere, I have that background of being Mashirika, Isho, and all, and those are singing in Kigali, and like any single project I've worked on has helped me. I have a backup. Let me just shoot for this, and I shoot for it, and I was selected. So then how do I look for an agent? Then I started looking for an agent. I started looking for an agent who was in a city next to where I was living, because I was not living in Paris. And then the agent was like, actually, we are in a lockdown. I first have to look for jobs for the actors that I have right now. I can't take on someone new. Like, okay. Then as when I applied for the Berlinale talents, they have like a long list of questions that really push someone to ask yourself those questions. Those are sometimes uncomfortable questions, the why of being there, not just for the looks, not just for the money, but really like my own contribution, my deep contribution to the industry. And that, I felt like it reaffirmed my roots. And then I was like, okay, at the end of the Berlinale talents, I was like, maybe how about I shoot and I look for top agencies in France.
The best.
In Rwanda, they say, "Ntawiyima unge mahari."
Absolutely.
So I'm not going to.
You can't just deny yourself something.
Yes, because there's someone who doesn't want you will deny it, will say no, but I can't say no to myself. So I really researched for the top agencies, and then I chose one, and I was like, I'm going to write to this person, and then you'll see. I'm just going to shoot for it. I shoot for the person. For my actual agent, I wrote to him, and I was like, this and that. And the next thing I was like, where are you? I'm in Romania on a theater tour. Okay, let's meet when you're back in Paris. So that's how I go. The same for my UK agent. I was like, okay, how about I look for a UK agent? Because if I want to work worldwide. And the same, connecting with people and all. I met her on Clubhouse. I think it was in a conversation when Clubhouse was a thing. Was a hot thing at the time. There was a conversation about working in Europe and all, and there was an agent, and I wrote to the agent on Instagram, and I sent her my materials, and she was like, how about we meet? And then we FaceTimed, and we Zoomed, and then the next thing she was like, I think I can sign you, and now we're working together. And she's the one who sent me the A Quiet Place thing. So it's been a journey. It's been a beautiful journey of saying, okay, how about I push this door and see what's what's there.
It's really inspirational, and as you take us through your journey, it gives a message of hope. It gives a message of hope of taking a step forward and be confident and try out things, work hard, and make sure that once you get an opportunity, you nail it. I would say that's really amazing. So we've had a great conversation so far. This is a fast one. We are coming back after a short break. It's going to be an amazing conversations part 2, and I hope as I get really inspired through her story, you're also getting inspired where you're watching us from, where you're listening us from. I'm going to ask you questions. It's really quick. You think quick and you try to respond to those questions. I called it finish the sentence.
Okay.
Okay. If I weren't an actress, I would be?
An author?
Author.
Maybe.
And you love reading, you love writing.
Yeah.
Amazing. I feel most confident when
after working out in the morning.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah.
So you have a routine?
Every day.
Every day?
Yeah.
I was going to ask, what do you do first when you wake up?
First, 1 liter of water.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah. Then journaling. Then workout and breathing exercises and meditation.
Amazing.
So after then, super confident.
Super confident.
Yeah.
You confess the word.
yeah. I think so. That's what I research.
Yes. The one role I would love to play someday.
Ooh, so many. Truly. Maybe an aviator. Yeah, an aviator.
The best advice I've ever got.
Oh, from my mom when I was 12, when she told me, when I asked her if she thinks I could be an actress, and she was like, yeah, why not? If you want it, you can be it.
It kept you grounded, kept you going.
Yes,
you hear it whenever you want to face a new role.
Because I knew that there were almost no opportunities. At that time, there was no opportunities completely. But I knew that it's possible. Even though I go for chemistry or accounting or anything, but it's possible. There is something that's possible. Yeah, that kept me going.
On a day off, you will find me
hiking. Yeah.
Are you sporty as well?
Yeah, I love hiking. I love with my lover. We love going up mountains, and we also live outside of a big city, so that we can be nature. I love nature. Yeah, there is something. Yeah, it's sporty, but not only for the sporty side, but also because I feel like we resource ourselves with nature. At least for me.
For you,
for me. Yeah, fresh air, greenery, and also the challenge of going uphill, the breathing, and the serenity and the calm that we feel when we arrive on top, and the view. It's always like a gift after efforts.
When you're at the top.
Yeah, when you're at the top. Yeah.
Amazing. My go-to comfort food after a long day on set.
After a long day on set, ooh, it's hard. Maybe a salad or some good fruits. Good food. Yeah.
After a long day on set.
After a long day, but mostly after a long day, it's going to be a bath, and a good bath, and then a good read and bed. Yeah.
Good. Okay. The last movie that made me cry.
Oh, All of Us Strangers. Yes, it was last year, and it's such a touching and a very touching story, so well written and so well acted, and so much. You get so much empathy for these characters, and such a beautiful way of portraying love. Yeah, All of Us Strangers got me crying.
Do you sometimes cry? Like, are you a crier?
Not easily,
when
but
when you're watching films.
Or when I'm watching films, yeah. But even when I'm watching, not because it's sad, but also like some nice good moments make me cry.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
not only sad stories. Yeah.
Not only sad stories. Yeah, touching and beautiful stories also.
Breakthroughs. Yeah, inspirational, motivational. Yeah, me too. I think.
Yeah.
If I could travel anywhere right now, I would go to
Nepal.
Oh,
yes.
Why Nepal?
Oh. Maybe Nepal and Tibet, both of them, because I'm a huge admirer of Buddhism and Oriental wisdom, and also because both countries have mountains, and I love mountains.
Oh yes, I was going to say hiking.
Yeah, they have good dal, they have good vegetarian meals, but not only that, because they are strong, they have strong Buddhism roots, and I feel like I will use some wisdom from them. Yeah, and I also love their approach and their philosophy around death, and the fact that death is part of our life and you can talk about it. And when we talk and we meditate about death, then we free ourselves from so much fears. And I feel like even for creatives, we can use that, because most of the time we create out of fear and we react out of fear. And that fear, when we really pull the thread, we realize that it's fear of death that is going to determine the way the person reacts. Yeah.
Amazing. So we are approaching to the end of our conversation, and I wanted to hear if you've got a word for, there are some young people who really see you as a role model for them. Those aspiring actors, especially women in Africa, women in Rwanda, what advice would you give to them if they're looking into breaking into the industry?
Not only the industry, just in life. It's hard to say, oh, this is what I would say to someone. But I think the one thing that comes right now is not being afraid of losing. Not losing a job, not being afraid of losing a dream. Sometimes we wake up and we feel like, I don't know where I am, I don't know what I want of my life, it's done of me, my friends are developing, my friends have these projects and all, and we start comparing ourselves because we have lost that dream. Or we lose friends, and that is okay, because then as we grow up, then we also grow, and sometimes life also takes care of clearing out what we don't need. We lose so many things. We lose loved ones. We lose so many things. And as we lose, we also learn, and we also gain. We gain something. So not being afraid of losing. We lose. Or sometimes we do a casting and we don't get that casting. And then the next day we get another one.
A bigger role, even.
Really bigger. And then we realize that actually, if we had been on that project, we couldn't do this one. So not being afraid of losing.
What would you tell us about your future or the next projects, if you have some that you feel like you can tell us, or anything that you feel like you are about to do or is coming up for us?
There are a few projects that are coming out. There is a film that is going to Venice, to the Festival of Venice, and the film will come out end of this year in December. It's called Planet B, and I can't wait to share it. And then also opened my production company, and with Tete Divine and Muti Ganda, we did this documentary film called The Face of Resilience, and we can't wait to also to share it with the rest of the public, the rest of the world. And also other few projects that are still coming up, and we keep dreaming. And
maybe tell us a little bit about that project or that company that you just started. I think it's going to be helpful for the Rwandans as well, and the world in general. Well, tell us a little bit about that. What is it about? What are your targets? What are your mission? What do you want to do to achieve with that?
It's producing films.
Producing films.
Short, feature, any film any project that I feel connects with me, with with my feelings, and I feel like this project is worth to be seen. And how about it's more not helping, but being part of a journey of a film and giving an opportunity to that film to be released. Just that, bringing my contribution to the industry. That's it. Just bringing my contribution to the industry. And so that can be Togolese films, it can be Rwandan films, it can be any story.
Amazing.
It's quite interesting. I'll say.
There's this film, A Quiet Place, that you feature in. How did you learn that role, and what did you learn through this film? It is still new, I think, for also some of the Rwandans. I think they're looking forward to get a chance to watch it. For those who have watched it, they loved it. I loved it. Tell us a bit about that experience.
Well, you watched it. I have a small part in it, but that small part, I treasure it so much. It's huge for me. It's really huge, and it's huge because it got me the opportunity of working with people that I've always admired. Djimon, Hounsou, Lupita, Nyong'o, Joseph Quinn. I had so much admired in Stranger Things Part 3. And also working in a box office, in such how do you call them? Blockbuster. In a blockbuster film, it was a learning experience and a beautiful, rich experience, and also the fact of telling myself, here are my people that I've always admired, but also another side of me telling me, you know what, just come back to work, just go and work. So it was a beautiful experience.
I think more experience, beautiful films are coming up, and we need to get ready for that. Yes, we are coming to the end of our conversation, and I loved what I heard from you, all the conversation that we just had with you. Unless you feel like there's something that I didn't ask, or there's something that you wanted to say, you can say.
No, I think we covered most of the stuff. Thank you. It was so good. Thank you.
If you have questions for Eliane, for us, please send them over. We're going to try and reach her to respond to some of your questions. And it's about defining, it's about inspiring people, listeners, and I hope you also had a great time listening and watching Lifa. Thank you, and don't forget to be awesome.